Okay, in this video we're going to take a look at the tabbed browser. So what I'm going to do for this, I'm just going to go to my toolbox and I'm just going to find the tab control, and I'm just going to drop one of those onto my form. Now what I'm looking to do here is to dynamically create the tabs based on the products that exist within the database. So what we need to do for this is go into our code, so just view code here, and we're going to need the database for this. So what I'm going to do is just make a reference to our coffee shop database entities again. So CSE equals new coffee shop database entities. So we've got a reference to that, so we've got a new instance CSE there. And what we're going to do is we're going to iterate through each of the different product types and create a new tab for each. So I could do that in the constructor here, but what I'm going to do is just write a new little method for this. So private, that's going to be void, it's not returning anything, create tabbed panel, and it doesn't take anything in there as parameters. But what this is going to do is literally iterate through each item and then create the tab. So the best way to iterate through some items here would be to use a for each loop. So I'm just going to go for each, and we're looking for the actual product types because we want to display each product type in a new tab. So for each table product type, I'll just say PT in. Now we want to get that from our entity model, and you can see there we've got from product types table. So we're going to look through each product type, and then what we're going to do is add that to hopefully the panel. So the next thing to do is to get hold of the panel. So here we just pop this in, tab control 1. I forgot to rename it, but we'll leave it as that for the moment. Dot, and you can see here that we got the tabbed pages. So this means we can actually add things to that. So I'm going to say dot tab pages, dot add, and what we're going to do is just take a look at what our options are. So you can see here there are various things. There are 5 overloaded options. So let's take a look. We can add a tab page directly. We could just add the string. We can see we can add a string key and a string text. That's quite useful to us. Text and an image, and a key, text and an image. So what I'm going to do here, really simply, is I'm going to provide a key and a description for it. So what I'm going to do is just put in a key as PT. PT dot. Now for the key, best thing to use here is just the product type, because that was the key that we used previously, so we can pop that in there. I'm going to just cast that to a string, and the text to display is quite simply going to be the description. So that's nice and straightforward. So we've got a string which represents the ID number just in case we want to use the key, and we've got a description to display, so nice and straightforward. The last thing to do is to call that function, so I'm just going to go into my constructor, and obviously I want to actually call that and make that run. So what did I call it? Create tabbed panel. So let's just put that in, and that will be called when the constructor runs. So basically we'll put all the items on the form, we're going to bind to the list there, then we're going to create the tab panel and hopefully get each of the product types from the database and pop them in. So let's just see if we've got any bugs there. Let's have a look. Let's open the till and let's see what we get. Now we're going to get an error, or is this going to run through? Oh, there we go, so we've got it. You can see here, look, we've got hot drinks, cold drinks and food, but we've still got these 2 original ones, so we're going to need to just go and fix that. So we'll just come out of there, close that down. If we just go back into design view, you'll see that what we've got here is we've already got 2 already shown. So what we're going to do is just go and delete those. So click on the list, into properties. If we just have a look down, we should find there's a collection of tabs. That's where I've just lost them now. Can't see them for looking. Oops, that's just, oh hang on, I've selected the wrong thing, that's probably why. So there we go, so we've got the tab pages there, which is a collection. So I'm just going to go into that. I'm just going to remove both of those current tabs, press OK, run that through again, check if that's worked this time. There we go. So now we've got each of the tabs nicely created, and now we can dynamically put in the products, and we'll take a look at how we do that in the next video.